Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am so excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode here on the podcast. This is going to be hopefully a fun one. I don't know where this is going to go, honestly. I am starting to get some type of sickness, I feel like. My throat has been bothering me the past couple of days, and it is just progressively getting worse. I guess it's just going around right now. I know multiple people who have been sick, who are sick, feel like they're getting sick. So who knows? Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I don't want to get anything too serious and get Savannah sick this far into pregnancy. But anyway, thank you again for tuning in to the show today. It really means a lot that y'all are joining us, and this is going to be an episode where I don't know where it's going to go. Sometimes I just do these. Sometimes I literally throw on a headset after a long day at work and just start talking. And that's exactly what today is, honestly. It's just going to be some real conversation, man. It's going to be ups and downs, things we're going through, things that we're going through in the business right now. Just conversation, because sometimes that's what I like listening to. Like, I want people to be real with me. I want people to tell me what's happening in their day-to-day business, not just like what's happening on your social media channel, but like we all run businesses out there. Well, what's going on in your business every single day? Like how are you having a customer cuss you out, or are you having a customer cancel because quality wasn't up to their standards? Like things like that. I want to know those things because I want to know that if I'm going through something, other people are too, or if I am going through something, other people aren't, and I need to fix something, well, how do I fix that? And that's what we're going to get into today just a little bit. We also are going to go through a book, and we're going to talk about some key points from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Just finished that up yesterday on the mower, and been listening to that the past couple weeks off and on, and it is honestly one of the best books I've ever read. I'm not a big reader, so, and I guess I say I shouldn't have read it. I shouldn't say I've read it. I listened to it on Audible, but I will listen to it again probably. Probably try to make this one that I listen to at least once every year, maybe twice a year, just because the things in it are just so godly. They're so real life. And the book was written in like 1930 or something like that, a long time ago. Things were so different than they are now. But what's crazy is every point that is made in the book, it's written by Dale Carnegie, every point and example that he makes is still relevant today. Every part of it is just so relevant, and it hit me deep. It's something that honestly it's changed my way of thinking, and hopefully changes my future when it comes to meeting people and connecting and networking with people there. But just business update. Just where we at right now. We are crushing the summer, trying to at least, I think about a year ago right now, I did Dog Days of Summer, How to Survive the Dog Days of Summer. And that's something that I got a lot of feedback on. A lot of people like that show. It's just, like I said, it's being real. I don't think I'm going to do a Dog Days of Summer this summer because, honestly, we're doing pretty good right now. We're not struggling too hard. I'm trying to swing through here and see if I found when I did the Dog Days of Summer before we move on. I just wanted to see if it was something about this time, June 23rd. So, yeah, about 3 weeks ago then is when I did that Dog Days of Summer episode. And a lot of guys are in it right now. Man, it's heat of the summer. We are struggling. It is hot, hot, hot down here in Alabama. If you listen to our last episode with Paul, Miami landscaper, Paul Capote, I think I said it right. That's how he says it in Spanish at least. But that was a really fun episode. If you missed that one, go check it out. Did that we released on Wednesday. This one's going to release on Friday. And this is real time, man. We had a long day today. I'm recording this Thursday night, the night before it goes out. And we had a long day. We've had a long week, had a long last couple of weeks. Like I said, it's been hot. Humidity, that's where I was going with Paul's interview. We talked about humidity. Humidity's in the 90% every single day down here in Alabama right now. It's just hot. We've had rain off and on this week and the week before, which is good. We were getting really, really dry, so we needed some rain. Got rained on today a couple times, kind of set things behind, but we pushed through, took a little breaks under the barn we were mowing at, and it turned out all right. But the thing is with what's going on right now, surviving the dog days of summer, is I'm trying to have a mentality where I'm not just trying to survive, and that's something that I talked about earlier on I don't know, episode maybe 10 or 12 episodes ago. I don't keep up with the episodes, honestly, when I put them out or what order they're out in. I just put out what's relevant at the time, I feel like. And I put out one, how to thrive and not just survive a recession. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm not trying to just survive the summer. I'm trying to thrive in the summer. And I think that's the mindset that we should all be taking into our jobs, into our businesses, into our careers, whatever you want to call it, into your marriages. You want to thrive. Like, you want to be thriving at what you're doing, because at the end of the day, why do you do it? Like, we always ask at the end of the episodes, why? What is your why? So, one, you got to figure that out. Like, all of our guests have had great answers to what is your why. I know what my why is. My why is for me to change my family tree. Like, I've never had an entrepreneur that I know of come in front of me. My parents weren't. My dad's full-time ministry, which I respect more than I could ever say. Like, that was his calling, and I love that. It's not my calling, but we were raised great. We had everything we ever needed, but that's not how I want to raise my kids. I want to raise my kids a different way. I want to be able to give back to my parents. I want to reward my dad and be able to financially give to him, and however, or not just financially, but provide them with grandkids and to hang out and then let them entertain and let them have a fun place to hang out and have a good time, because all the years that he put into full-time ministry and sacrificed for us and he sacrificed many things he could have spent his own money on for himself, but no, we got everything we needed. And so to change our family tree and give back to them, to my parents, to give Savannah the life that she deserves and our kids the life that they deserve. And it's going to be definitely different than the way that I was raised, but I want to do it, and that's just something that I feel like I'm called to do. So that's my why. But what is your why? Like, that's something where I was going with this is, if you don't know your why, then it's going to be hard to thrive, because survival is not, and I don't know, there's going to be times to survive. Like, last year for me was a survival year. Messed up my hand. Yeah, I'm just surviving. Like, I could barely work. I think of, first thing that comes to mind is injuries, and Blake Albertson back in the spring. Blake just tried to survive the spring. Broke his wrist right before mowing season. Like, when things like that put you down, you just try to survive. But right now, I have no injuries. Life is going pretty good. We have a healthy baby on the way. I have a nice house to live in. Bills are being paid. Customers are coming in. Like, we're getting new jobs. It's hot outside, yes. Are we having struggles in the business? Yes. Are we having people cancel? Yes. Those are all things that we all deal with. But we can't just sit there and say, oh, I hate this. I'm just trying to survive the summer so I can get into the fall and be done. Like, dude, go chase a different career if you're going to be like that. That's not the way that you – because if you're just trying to survive, if you just have that mentality while you're out working, then how is that going to go over – how is that going to go over into your team and to your employees and anybody else that's around you? You're going to infiltrate their lives and their personalities and what they listen and think every day with your attitude of, I'm just surviving. I hate this. I'm ready to be done. I'm just barely surviving. Let's get through it. You have to have the thrive mentality of, how do we keep a positive attitude even when it is 95 degrees, even when it is customers canceling. Okay, we had two customers, one of my customers I didn't really ever think was going to cancel. Like, she was a great customer. We've had them for a while. We've done some big projects at their house. Didn't think they would really ever cancel. Called me, texted me this week. Canceled, moving on, find a new service. Okay, well, there you go. Like, it's nothing certain. Okay, that's one thing I've learned. I said earlier back in the year, I had a lady that I said this. I think I said this on the podcast. I said, we have one customer that she will be dead before she cancels. That's what I said. I was like, there's no way she would ever cancel. She was my one customer out of all the ones I've ever had that will never cancel. Hey, this spring, her son-in-law and daughter wanted to do it, and so they started doing it, and I didn't do it. Now she's called me back, and I think we're going to get back on schedule, but she essentially canceled, and so, like, nothing is for certain. You got to keep that in mind as well. But like I was saying, where I was going with this is, it's tough. It's tough right now. We had this lady cancel this week, so she canceled. I had another customer call me today or text me today this morning, and they canceled as well. They have to cut back on their budget, and that's something that I think is actually going to be continuing over the future. In the next short while, I think that's going to be something that continues to happen. So y'all better just be ready for that. People are going to be changing up their budgets. Lawn care is probably going to be one of the first things to go. So just be prepared. You never know what's going to happen. You just got to stay ready and on top of your game. And it's a time where your quality has to go through the roof right now. And this is something that I'm having to work on in my own business, because as I try to get more out of the field, quality drops a little bit. So I'm having to decide, am I going to stay in the field more? Like, how am I going to do this? And it's why I talk about scaling, and like I love hearing people talk about it and how they've done it, because one, it's so hard to not control people, but lead people and set them up for success, and find somebody who cares about it just as much as you do. And obviously that's never going to happen. You're not going to find somebody that cares just as much as you do, but find somebody that cares 90% as much and makes the yards look just as good, to keep the customers happy. So I don't know. Like, it's things that we're all going through, and I didn't think that lady was going to cancel. Honestly, I didn't. It hurts that she did. It was quality issues that is the reason she canceled. She wouldn't tell me exactly why, but she did. And so it is what it is. I can't change it. I talked to her, let her know we apologize, and we move forward. Okay, it's okay. We've had plenty of people cancel over the years, and a new one comes. Like, we had 2 people cancel, and today I got the same call looking for somebody, and I got 2 new yards right next to each other. So it's the cycle of things that you can't get too down on yourself. You can't get too butt hurt. That's what I call it. You just can't get in a terrible mood, because if you do that, I don't know. I just think if you have the right attitude and you keep pushing through, then good things are going to come to you. You just got to keep your quality up. You got to keep your standards high. And when you find out somebody does cancel because of quality issues, it should make you take your quality to the next level immediately. And it did for me. It's a kind of a checkup. It makes me say, well, what we were doing wrong, and how can we fix that? So moving in to the future here in the next coming weeks, our quality is going to really try to go through the roof, and we want to really make all of our customers happy. Communication is going to be key with your customers going into the rest of the summer, and maybe into a quote-unquote recession, or whatever people want to call it, okay? Everybody has their own opinion about it. But like today, we had a guy, we were out mowing. Did I really have the time to stop and talk for the 15 minutes that he stopped me? No. But at the same time, he is a top 5 of my customers. Like, the amount of money they pay me, the properties they have that we do, top 5 customer for me. We do what they want to keep them happy, and we do really good quality work for them. So we're going to stop and talk for the 10 minutes, and communicating with them, like building that relationship is something that is so important between you and your customers going into just some uncertain times ahead. And take the uncertain times out of it. I think it's just important to have that communication and build that relationship, because we were talking about this. I don't remember. I think it was with Paul and his. Yeah, it was, because he was talking about his Instagram and showing his face. Like, we had a customer call us because Marley was on our postcard, and that's something I think is so true. And people want to relate with that. People want that. And today I had actually a networking meeting this morning, looking at joining a new group in our community, and something came up where we were handing out my postcards, and they all loved it. They immediately turned to the back where the dog was and complimented her and read about our short little story about how we got started and things like that. And that automatically builds that relationship, because you just do that little thing and you communicate with them. That makes it even more productive, and you just really make the relationship really healthy. And it's something that I'm very passionate about when it comes to communicating. So that kind of takes us into this whole how to win friends and influence people. So the last 10, 15 minutes of me talking has just been little update. Like, yeah, it's crazy busy. We're not going to say we're surviving the dog days of summer, because we're not. We are having the mindset of thriving. If you're surviving right now, stop. If you're on the mower, stop. Tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to get yourself motivated. Remind yourself why you do what you do, and then start going again and get upbeat, get happy, get your pep in your step. Like, be like Dan from River City Fencing. Like, when you get out of the truck, you start running, you go. And yeah, everybody's going to have long, hard days, but it's okay. Like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing your dream. And if you're not doing your dream, this isn't your dream, if you're not creating the future that you want, then figure out what it is and change. That might be something that you have to do to yourself. You might have to check up and say, maybe this isn't where I want to be. Maybe this isn't a building block of where I want to go. For me, this isn't what landscaping and lawn care is not my dream. It's not for me. I know that. Like, I want to help build the community, and I want to give back as much as I can while I'm in the industry and even after I'm out of the industry. I don't have any intention of this podcast going anywhere. This podcast is my dream. This getting to help people and build relationships and network, that's my dream. And then I want to use lawn care and landscape companies to get into other business ventures and build our future and our finances and our wealth and our network and our community and everything else that comes along with it. So figure that out, and I think that will really help you start thriving and not just surviving the dog days. But anyway, back to where we want to go with how to win friends and influence people. This is going to be maybe 5 or 10 minutes. We're just going to walk through some key steps because I want to kind of entice you here. If you have not read How to Win Friends and Influence People, you 100% need to. Like, 150% need to. This is something that, man, it hit me so deep, it takes me back to like my childhood and my teenage years and how I acted with people and some of my friends and just the way I was, the way my mindset was, the way I thought, the way I acted. I wish I could go back and change it because of this book. Like, it just, man, it changed me so much in the last weeks of listening to it on the mower. So listen to this if you don't get anything else out of this episode. We're going to walk through a few key points that I took away from it, and then go get the book. Like, go get the book. Go download it on Audible. Go get it off Amazon. Something. Find some way to get it in your ears or in front of your eyes and read this thing and listen to it, and then read it again and listen to it again and then again and again, because it's life-changing. Honestly, it really is. So I don't want to hype it up anymore, but some of the key points I took away is techniques in handling people. This is kind of the beginning of the book. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Man, that's something that I have to stop and look at myself all the time. Like, don't criticize other people for the way they do things. Don't complain about things. I've been bad in my past about being a complainer and being critical and criticizing others. That's something that I never thought about. Like, I just don't think of it. I'm just like, well, that's me. Get used to it. Okay, that's how I thought. That's not the way to treat people. People don't like that. They don't want to get around. They don't want to be around that. Okay, that's something that hit me deep. And show appreciation for the person you're around. That's something as well. Like, I'm not a sensitive person. I'm not an emotional person, not by any means. I don't remember the last time I shed a tear out of my eye. Like, I love people. I love Savannah. I'm going to be so excited when we have Jack. Like, I love getting married. Love all the things emotional. But I just don't, like, show my emotions. So, like, being sincere and showing appreciation to somebody and telling them with words, like, that's not me. I'm not good at that. But it makes me wake up and say, you got to change. You got to be a little better at that. And you got to learn how to make people like you. And that's something that, it's how to win friends and influence people. It's kind of the name of the book. And by doing that, you have to show the appreciation and you have to be interested in others. Like, that's something that is really hits home. I'm going to say every point in this hits home. And you probably get tired of hearing it, but it really does. Because it hits home to me so much. Because you have to be generally interested in other people's conversations, and that's something I have to look at every day, because I'm the world's worst. And I'll be honest on here. This is real talk, open talk. We're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna tell you my flaws. But I have to be sincere and think about when I talk to other people. If there's other conversations going on around me, I'm the worst about trying to listen to 3 conversations outside of the conversation that I'm having. So I'll be conversing with somebody one-on-one, and then I'll hear somebody else next to me and somebody else on the other side of me, and they're both talking about things that I like and I want to talk about, but I'm trying to listen to them and not listening 100% to the person in front of me. That does not make the person like you. Like, seriously, from the introduction, you might tell me your name, and I'm terrible with names. That's what everybody's excuse is. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names. That's always been my excuse. I'm terrible with names. I can't remember them. I'm probably going to forget yours. Well, that's something you got to change. This is a mindset change. This is a life change, the way this book does. If you go through and follow these principles, and you will become a person that people like. I am the world's worst about forgetting people's names. And why is that? If we're going to be honest, and be honest with yourself when you're sitting here listening to this, let's just be honest. Are you really paying attention when they introduce themselves? Or are you already criticizing or something, condemning? Maybe it's the clothes they're wearing, the way they look, okay, the way they smell, something like that, the people they're with. I'm the worst about that. This is a wake-up call to me. So, 1, be interested in them. Remember the person's name when they introduce themselves. That's something that is just, it's good. Just listen to people. Like, listen to them say their name. Remember the name. That shows them that you care. Because if you can introduce yourself to me and you talk to me for 5 minutes, and then you walk away, and then I see you again tomorrow, and I remember your name again, well, man, that's going to make them think that I really cared about that conversation, and I meant a lot to them. And and they meant a lot to me, and it will mean a lot to them in return. So it's like a never-ending cycle. You be nice to them, you remember their name, you call them by name, they're going to think, wow, this dude really cared about me. They're going to invest more into you, and when you receive that, you take and invest more back into them. And so you just build really good friendships and relationships that way. And not only do you have to be interested in other people, talk about things that people want to listen to. I mean, that people want to, that other people are interested in. Talk about things on my end. Like if I'm talking about something, talk about something that they want to hear. That's what I mean by listen to. So like, talk about subjects that interest them, not subjects that interest you. And that's so true. This is something I've implemented already. As soon as I heard this chapter in the book, I started making it a point to talk to people and try to get on a subject that I knew they liked or I thought they liked. And man, when you do that, just wait and see how the conversation turns. And this is something that you have to be careful about, because if somebody starts talking, if somebody's good at this and they're good at winning friends and influence people, if you want to call it, okay, if they're a good communicator, then they're going to talk about something that you want to talk about. And when they do that, you can't talk about something for 20 minutes in a row. That's human nature, though. The human nature is when I talk to somebody and I say I know somebody that loves archery, okay, I don't give two craps about archery. But if this person does, and I start talking about it and asking questions and acting interested and being sincere in the way I ask the questions and listening, then they're going to talk about archery, and they're going to talk about it for 20 minutes. But guess what? At the end of that 20 minutes, they're going to think, man, we're best friends. Like, it's going to mean so much to them that you talk to them about archery. And that's something that I've personally seen change and adapt to the way I converse now, is I'm always going to try to talk about things that the other person are interested in. And it's something I think everyone should be doing, especially when you meet with clients. This is a real-life business application. It's like I said today, talking with that customer. 10, 15 minutes of us talking. We talked about things that he wanted to talk about, and I didn't say maybe 50 words the whole conversation. He might have said 1,000, 500 to 1,000 in that conversation. So you never know how relationships can be built by talking about things other people are interested in, and actually showing real appreciation for them, remembering their name, acting genuine in your presence, in their presence while they're there. That's something that is really, really, really good. And so let's say you want to talk about getting people to your way of thinking. This was another point in the book. How to win people to your way of thinking. The world's worst person about arguing is me. Like I've always said, if I was smart enough, if I wasn't in landscaping, if I was smart enough, I would be a lawyer, because I would be in the courtroom debating all day long. I am a debater. I'm an arguer. I love to get into debate and try to prove my point. My father-in-law always says, I'm not like, the only reason in arguing is because you think you're right. Like you're not going to argue if you don't think you're right. That's something that I'm the world's worst at. So you have to, in building relationships, communicating with people, don't force arguments. Don't bring them on. There's no need for that. Like, arguments are so pointless at the end of the day. So many things that you argue about are so pointless. Me and Savannah talk about this all the time. Some of our worst, arguments are, where are we going to eat tonight? Or what are we going to do when we get home? Who's going to clean the house? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's going to fold the laundry? Like, the dumbest things that make no difference in the grand scheme of life. Arguing is something that should be of the past once you read this and your mindset shifts. Arguing is something that I am going to try to totally cut out of my vocabulary. Like, I don't even want to do that anymore. Don't criticize. We've already said don't criticize, but never say you're wrong. Like, when you're arguing, don't say you're wrong. If you're wrong, admit it very fast, okay? That's something that you got to do is, in arguing, remember I said you only argue if you think you're right? Well, guess what? Even if you are right sometimes, just let the other person have the win. Let them save their face, okay? Let them have the win, and that's that. In this book, he talks about so many examples of when people would come up with an idea and share it with somebody else, and then that person would share that idea publicly and and claim it and say that it was their own. Let that happen, because guess what? They have a great relationship after that. That's something that is, it's just good. It's real life, and you have to think about all those things when you're out every day conversing with people. Don't argue let the other person talk. As you can tell, I got a little yawn in there. Like I said, late in the day today, real time, my throat is going ever so quickly. Last section is how to be a leader. It's something that, and I'm just gonna honestly go through some of this because this is just a. I found this online. It's just a summary of how to win friends and influence people because, hey, it's a long book. If you try to go back through and listen to all the chapters, read all the titles and stuff, we'd be here all day. So I'm just gonna read a few of the points that they have under this how to be a leader. It is call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. So that's something that's very good. If somebody is making a mistake, indirectly do it. Praise them. Like make the sandwich. Praise them for what they're doing right. Slide in what they're doing wrong, and then praise them again for whatever else they're doing right. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing others. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. That's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Instead of, hey, go weed eat that fire hydrant. Hey, will you go grab the trimmer and weed eat that fire hydrant real quick while I get the blower? Like, it is so many different ways to word things. If you just say, go weed eat that, your employee's not going to like that. But if you say, hey, would you go weed eat that? I think it got missed, but I'm just going to go grab the blower so you don't got to blow. Will you just weed eat that? Everything's good. That right there. It's a way to tell them, like, hey, you subtly slide it in there, saying, hey, you missed the fire hydrant. Would you please go knock that out? I'm going to get the blower and start blowing. Things like that. Let the other person save face. We've already said that. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Talk well about them. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Exactly. If they do something wrong, encourage them. Make sure that they can get better and move on. Make the other person happy by doing the thing you suggest. So if you suggest doing something, tell them why and what the reward would be possibly for doing it. This is good, man. This is really good. Like I said, my voice is fading very, very slowly. We might not even make it 30 minutes today, but I just wanted to come on here this morning, and that this is, if you're listening real time, this is Real Talk, July 14th of 2022, and this is where we're at in business, man. Baby's going to be here in 2 months. I just love getting on this podcast and talking and hanging out every once in a while. I love doing guest interviews and getting the value out there. But every once in a while, I just want to relate to people. That's what I want to hear, and that's what I want to talk about and listen to. So I try to do that in my shows. Maybe if you like it, let me know. Shoot me a DM and let me know that you did enjoy today's episode. And if you want to hear certain topics discussed or talked about, like let's talk about it. We already have some stuff coming up for the fall that I know we're going to do. A giveaway is hopefully about to be in the works, so stay tuned for that coming up. Hopefully, we're going to see if everything works out there. But we're thriving, man. We're trying to thrive. We're trying to change our mindset. This book right here helped me change my mindset a lot. I really, really strongly, highly, every syllable I can put in here, encourage you to go listen or read this book, and it'll really, really help you. So if things are going bad, man, just realize other people out there are doing the same things. We've lost customers. We've had equipment break. I think I already said on the podcast a couple weeks ago, like, we just put $4,000 worth of brakes on our box truck, which is like almost half of what I paid for the dang thing. So I hope I never have to get brake work again other than just changing pads and shoes for the back drums. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's real life. Running business is not easy. It's not always fun. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's for the ones that want to grow their lives and their futures and change their family trees. And if that's something you want to do, and I think it is, if you're listening to this show right now, I think you are trying to get better and grow. And if it is, share the show with somebody else. Build that community. I love hanging out with everybody and talking, and I look forward to GIE coming, or Equip Expo coming up here in just a couple months now, and then Entrepreneur Academy right after that. And then, man, trade shows are fun, man. Trade shows are fun, live events, getting to hang out at LAL. I think this is going to be my first one if I'm able to go. Really, really looking forward to everything coming up here in the future. So if you're struggling, maybe this gives you a little bit of help, man. Just go out there. And as I say, man, I'm not saying, man, if there's any women that listen to the show, this is for you too. I hope that you can relate to it. And we try to get some more women guests on here. So if you know any female business owners, that would be a great interview for me because I love hearing women talk about their points of view as running a business, and especially a landscaping business or anything outside of that. Like, I love talking about it. And so it's a true honor to come and do this thing. As I sit here and look at this board and I look at my computer and this headset that I'm on, the mic in front of me, I just think to myself, like, how did we get here? A lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and a great community supporting us. Each and every one of you who listen to the show, it means so much to me. It means so much. And we're not big, we're not huge, but we have a tight-knit community, I feel like. We have a good audience that listens to the show, and we're family. Like, Growing Green family is who we are, and it means so much that you listen and tune in. And if you would share it with a friend, because we want to grow the family. We want to make the family bigger. We want to invest in people's lives. We want to give back as much as we can. And it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to come on here and do it. So if you did enjoy today's show, like I said, would you leave us a rating and review? Those help us and boost us out there to the bigger community, and how we can continue to grow the community and the family one relationship at a time. So without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.